Welcome to the wonderful and useful Info Online podcast. Today we're embarking on a deep dive into something really powerful for you, unlocking the potential of organic website traffic. We've gathered some excellent insights on moving beyond, just paid ads or fleeting trends.
hmm And instead, building that consistent flow of high-quality visitors, the ones who are genuinely interested.
Exactly, people who are actually looking for what you offer.
That's right. And the material you've shared, it really zeroes in on creating a strategy that lasts. It's about understanding what makes a website visible, attractive to the right people long term.
Right.
And that foundation is really built on organic search.
Absolutely. So our mission today is, well, to distill those core strategies that Google rewards the right way, those fundamental principles driving organic traffic, and ultimately understand what separates the websites that thrive from those that just struggle to get seen.
Okay.
So let's kick things off with a concept your sources are calling keyword alchemy. Sounds interesting.
It is. It's all about understanding the actual language your ideal customers use when they're looking for something.
Not just guessing popular terms then.
No, definitely not. Think of it like learning to speak their specific dialect. It means going beyond broad keywords, really digging into their intent.
Intent, meaning what exactly?
Well, what are they really trying to achieve? What problems are they solving? What specific questions are they typing into Google?
Okay, I see. Your sources really hammer home this idea of intent-based research. So instead of just, say, bus coffee beans.
Right, which is super broad. The material encourages thinking much more specifically. Why are they searching for coffee beans in the first place?
And here's where it gets really interesting, according to the material.
Yeah, consider the difference. Someone searching best coffee beans could mean anything, right? Price, roast, origin, who knows? But someone typing, how to make a perfect French press coffee.
Okay, very specific.
Or, where can I buy fair trade organic coffee beans with chocolate notes online? See the difference?
Big difference. Much clearer what they want.
Exactly. These longer phrases, the long tail keywords, they usually have less competition. And crucially, they tell us so much more about the searcher's immediate need.
So how to means they're learning.
Right. And where can I buy means they're probably ready to purchase something soon. Higher intent.
So for you, the listener, what this means is really stepping into your customer's shoes, mapping out that whole journey,
From that first flicker of need or a question.
all the way through to comparing options and making that final decision. What are they thinking? What are they actually typing at each stage?
Precisely. And your sources then detail a pretty smart, multifaceted approach to finding these keywords, the ones that match that specific intent.
It's not just one tool then.
No, definitely not a single magic bullet. One key method they highlight is looking closely at your competitors.
Competitor analysis.
Yeah, but not just to copy them. It's about finding the gaps. What keywords, what questions are they missing?
Ooh, strategic. I like that.
It is. Another really interesting technique the sources mention is diving into relevant online forums and Q&A sites in your niche.
Places like Reddit or Quora, maybe.
Could be, or specific industry forums. It's like eavesdropping, ethically, of course, on the actual conversations your potential customers are having.
You hear their exact language, their pain points,
Yeah.
unfiltered.
Exactly. Invaluable stuff. The material also mentions using advanced operators within keyword research tools.
Okay, advanced operators.
Yeah.
Well, what does that look like in practice?
Well, most good tools let you refine searches, so you could filter for keywords phrased as questions, like including what, how, why,
Okay.
or filter by word count to find those longer, conversational, long-tail phrases specifically. It's about being precise to uncover those hidden gems.
What's really fascinating here is how proactive this approach is. It's not passive, it's actively seeking out the exact language your audience uses.
Exactly. Meeting them where they are, using their words. Now that ties nicely into the next concept your sources bring up, weaving the semantic web. This introduces latent semantic indexing, or LSI keywords.
LSI keywords. Okay. Sounds a bit technical again. Break that down for us.
Sure. Think of LSI keywords simply as related terms and phrases, words that often appear together around your main topic. They help Google understand the broader context of your content.
So it's not just about repeating the main keyword.
No, definitely not. It's about showing breadth and depth. Your sources use a good example. If your main keyword is organic gardening for beginners,
Right.
related LSI terms could be things like starting a vegetable garden organically and natural pest control methods, improving soil health, maybe best time to plant organic seeds.
I get it. They aren't synonyms, but they're all part of the same conversation, the same topic cluster.
Precisely. And connecting this back to organic traffic, when you naturally weave these related terms into your content, it sends a really strong signal to Google
What kind of signal?
that your content is comprehensive, authoritative, that it covers the topic thoroughly, and is likely a very valuable resource for someone searching in that area.
That makes total sense. It's like building a richer picture for the search engine.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've done the keyword alchemy. We understand the semantic web. The next big step, according to your sources, is crafting magnetic content.
Absolutely. Knowing the keywords and intent is just step one. Step two is creating content that doesn't just answer the question, but actually captivates and engages the reader, provides real value.
Yeah, the material really stresses forget thin content. That M
Yeah.
stood out. The focus should be on creating these authority pieces. What makes something an authority piece?
Think really in-depth, well-researched, comprehensive guides, content that truly positions you as the go-to expert on that topic. It goes way beyond just surface-level information.
It aims to be the definitive resource almost.
Exactly. And here's where it gets really interesting again. The material clearly states that in organic traffic, depth often equals authority in Google's eyes.
Meaning longer content tends to do better.
Often, yes. The sources specifically mention that comprehensive articles, maybe over 1,500 words, tend to perform exceptionally well. But it's not just about the word count itself.
Right, it's about what you do with that space.
Exactly. It gives you the room to explore the topic thoroughly, address lots of related user questions, and naturally incorporate a wider range of those keywords and LSI terms we talked about.
So these longer pieces become cornerstone content for your site, really establishing your expertise.
That's the idea. But your sources also wisely point out that magnetic content isn't only about the written word. We need to think broader.
Yes, engaging through multiple formats. The sources encourage moving beyond just text.
Definitely. Think about incorporating high-quality visuals, good images, useful infographics, maybe even short videos. They break up text, illustrate complex ideas.
And make it much more engaging, right? Easier to digest.
Absolutely. They boost engagement, can encourage social sharing, keep people on the page longer. All good signals for search engines.
The sources also mentioned interactive elements. I thought that was clever.
It really is. Things like simple quizzes, helpful calculators related to your niche, or embedded polls, they get users actively doing something on your page.
Which increases that time on page metrics significantly.
And signals that your content isn't just passive information, it's actually useful and engaging.
And let's not forget audio. The sources mentioned podcasts or audio versions of articles.
Yeah, that's a great point. Caters to different learning styles, reaches people on their commute while exercising, makes your content more accessible.
So what does this all mean for you, the listener? Well, diversifying your content formats isn't just extra work. It creates a richer, more engaging user experience.
And Google values that user experience highly. Now, we've talked a lot about what's on your website, but your sources also get into the art of digital diplomacy, off-page stuff.
Right. Driving organic traffic isn't just an on-site game. Your online reputation matters, your connections.
That's a crucial piece. Your website doesn't exist in isolation. Those relationships with other authoritative sites in your field, they play a really big role.
Which brings us to building bridges and link equity. Why are backlinks still so important?
Well, your sources frame them as votes of confidence. When a reputable, relevant website links to your content, it's basically telling search engines, hey, this stuff is good, it's valuable.
And boost your site's authority.
Exactly. And this is critical. The material is very clear. This isn't about manipulating things with spammy links.
No shortcuts.
Absolutely not. Google's way too smart for that now. The focus has to be on creating genuinely exceptional content, those authority pieces that other sites naturally want to link to because it's a great resource for their audience. You earn the links.
Through merit. Your sources also mentioned a little-known strategy, engaging with influencers and thought leaders. How does that work?
It's about building real relationships, not just asking for links. Share their content, comment thoughtfully, participate in industry discussions, be a genuine part of the community.
And those authentic connections can then lead to mentions, maybe shares, and yes, potentially valuable backlinks down the line.
Exactly. It's about relationship building, not just link building.
Yeah.
Okay, so you've got great content, you're building bridges. Next up, according to your sources, amplifying your reach. Strategic distribution.
Right. You can't just publish and pray people find it.
No way. You need a plan. This means strategically sharing your content where your audience actually hangs out. Relevant social media platforms are key.
But not just blasting the same message everywhere, correct? The sources mention tailoring content.
That's a crucial insight. What works on LinkedIn is very different from Instagram or Twitter, right? You need to adapt your message, your format for each platform to maximize impact.
Makes sense. Any other distribution tactics mentioned?
Yeah, actively participating in those industry forums we talked about earlier, sharing your expertise there, and considering guest blogging on other relevant authoritative sites in your niche. Great ways to get your content seen.
Okay, great content, authority building, strategic distribution. But there's a technical side too, right? Your sources call it technical fortification.
Absolutely vital. A technically shaky website can just kill all your other efforts. The sources really emphasize speed and responsiveness.
Fast loading times works perfectly on phones, tablets, desktops. It's non-negotiable today, isn't it?
Pretty much. Slow sites frustrate users. They leave that high bounce rate, hurts your rankings.
The sources mention some specific techniques here, like browser caching.
Browser caching helps returning visitors load faster. Also, optimizing images, making file sizes smaller without losing quality. And using a content delivery network, a CDN.
How does a CDN help?
It basically stores copies of your site on servers around the world. So when someone visits, the content is delivered from a server geographically close to them, making it load much faster. Big difference for global audiences.
Got it. Technical tweaks for better user experience and SEO. The material also covers the blueprint for search engines. Schema markup. Sounds complex.
It can seem that way, but the concept is simple. Schema markup is like adding invisible labels to your content that only search engines read.
Labels for what?
For different types of content. Is this an article, a product, an FAQ section, a local business address? Adding the right schema helps Google understand exactly what your content is.
And the benefit.
Your sources highlight it can make you eligible for those eye-catching, rich results in search. Featured snippets, star ratings, image packs, things that make your listings stand out.
So it can seriously boost visibility and clicks.
Definitely. It's like giving Google extra instructions on how to best display your information. A game changer, potentially.
And the sources also recommend regular technical audits, using tools like Google Search Console.
Absolutely essential. You need to regularly check for things like broken links, pages Google can't access, crawl errors, mobile usability issues. Keeping the technical foundation clean is crucial so search engines can find and index everything properly.
Like basic website hygiene for SEO.
Good way to put it. Now, we've covered a ton, from keywords to tech, but organic traffic isn't a set-it-and-forget-it thing, is it? Your sources talk about the evergreen advantage.
Meaning it's ongoing.
Right. Continuous improvement. Your sources stress the need for continuous refinement using data.
So diving into Google Analytics regularly.
Yep. Understanding what's working, what's not.
Yep.
Which content resonates? How are users behaving on your site? Where are they dropping off?
Using that data to make informed decisions about what content to create or update next.
Precisely. Identifying those top performers and figuring out why they work. Finding the pages that need improvement. It's about constantly tweaking and optimizing based on real user data.
And finally, the sources mention future-proofing your strategy, adapting to change.
Because the digital landscape, especially search algorithms, is always evolving, isn't it? Staying informed about updates is key.
But the core principle remains the same.
That's what the sources suggest. Focus on high-quality, user-centric content. If you consistently prioritize providing real value to your audience, you're much better positioned to handle algorithm changes and maintain long-term success.
And here's where it gets really interesting. This whole approach, it's not just about chasing clicks, is it?
Not at all. It's about building a genuine, lasting connection with people who are truly interested in what you do.
By focusing on that real value, you tap into a sustainable, powerful source of traffic that builds loyalty over time.
Couldn't agree more. Now, before we wrap up this deep dive, we do have a quick message for you. If you're enjoying these insights and want to stay updated on more valuable information like this, be sure to visit the link you'll find in the description, www.fabricamensit.com/ampcast notification. Easy way to keep up to date.
Great. So bringing this all together then, what does this deep dive truly mean for you, the listener?
Well, It means that by really understanding keyword intent, by crafting that comprehensive, engaging content in various
By
formats,
sorting out your website's technical health and actively building that online authority.
you absolutely can tap into the power of organic website traffic. It's achievable.
It builds a thriving, sustainable online presence.
Definitely. And maybe this raises an important question for you to think about after listening. What's just one key area, one takeaway from everything we've discussed that you could start implementing on your website, maybe even today, to begin seeing those positive changes?
Good question. Doesn't have to be huge, right? Just one step.
Exactly. Small steps add up.
Well, thank you so much for diving deep with us into the world of organic website traffic today on the Wonderful and Useful Info Online podcast.
It was a great discussion.
And remember to check out that link, www.fabrickommenssit.com/AMPcast notification for more valuable insights. Thank you for listening to the Wonderful and Useful Info Online podcast.